Brutal here at the Lubbock, Texas Regional. My goodness, aka YCS Lubbock. That's right, folks. And we have here the first place winner himself, newest YCS champion. Please introduce yourself again on channel, man.
I'm Santiago Dinsmore, and I got first place with Yubel Fiendsmith, which is a very cool deck. I love the Fiendsmith so much. I can't wait to talk about it, to be honest with you.
So before we see the first play through, any shoutouts?
Obviously the car mate, Christopher Brandyberry, Jefferson Delaney, who couldn't make the tournament but is a huge help when it comes to testing theory and stuff like that. And then shout out to the entire 505 community in New Mexico. Big shout out to them. I get my ass kicked to them in regionals or locals all the time, so love that. And then one more thing, I also have a YouTube channel, Cogline3639. Go check it out. I'll maybe upload once a month there, but it's whatever. Cool.
That's what's up. We'll pin it down in the comment section, guys.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thank
so follow it. Without further ado, please show us the first place goose.
Okay, so we're going to start off with the Yubel stuff. So obviously we're playing the 3 Samsara because it gets you to the Spirit Yubel, and also it's a negate. I think a lot of people forget this is a technical negate. It's the same thing as Phantom, but it has to tribute a Yubel on, or destroy a Yubel on the field, but it does come up, so do remember this. It's a very important card you have to play 3 of. I am playing 3 Gravescorver. There's maybe a couple people that might cut it to 2, but I think you need extension plays in this deck a lot, so you want to max out on this, especially in the graveyard. It's insane as well, so absolutely need to max out on this. The Gruesome, it just helps you play through hand traps, and obviously the deck already plays through a shit ton of hand traps, but this is so much, just makes it where you can play through like 4 hand traps and still be fine. And then obviously the cards I hate is the Beckoning Beast and the Chaos Summoning Beast. We have to play it because it's insane if it goes through, but the problem with it is people see this and they instantly hit it, and it makes sense because it gives you so many bodies, but I think you still have to play it. Maybe you can cut it to 1. I was playing the 42 just to play it at 2 because it's still not a bad normal summon. You just, again, a lot of people are targeting this now, which is unfortunate, but I think this ratio worked perfectly for me. And then obviously into the Yubels, I'm playing 2 Spirit. I would love to cut this to 1, but it's just way too important to play at just 1. You need to have multiple copies in your deck, but it sometimes is a brick house. But Phantom is insane still. We're only playing the 1 Yubel. I think this is probably correct. Yes, the second Yubel sometimes comes up, but I think the 1 was perfectly fine. You don't want to brick on the Yubels, and obviously the 1 Terror for the Nightmare Throne as well. So that's the Yubel stuff. Now onto the Fiendsmiths, which is like the best part of this deck. I really, this, like, in Snake Eyes it's insane, but I think in Yubel specifically, it just is so much better. I think it's the best potential in Yubel. This by itself, OTKs by itself, does full combo by itself. So even just saving this, going second, like breaking a board with just your Yubel stuff, and then going, okay, last card Fiendsmith and OTKing is really, really good. Really love this card a lot. And then obviously we're playing the 1 Shavara because we're playing the Unchained package as well. And now on to the going second cards. I decided to play 3 Nibiru the Primal Beanie, 3 Ghost Org and Snow Rabbits, 3 Forbidden Droplet, 2 Triple Tactic Talents, and then obviously the 3 Infinite Impermanence. This was just it. That was it for me when it comes to just the going second cards. A lot of people might be playing Ash, and yes, Ash is good when it comes to like stopping a Mulchummy, but I think Ash by itself just isn't as impactful, so I just wanted to play cards that would be impactful by themselves. Like technically the Imperm, you could save going second to negate something. Ghost Org, drawing it as a 6 card to get rid of like an Apo or an IP, or even a Desiree is really good. Nibiru by itself prevents like a Desiree. If paired with the Ghost Org or Imperm, makes it where you're playing, they just can't end on a board because Nibiru plus any of those hand traps, they just can't play through it. And then obviously the 3 Droplet is, it's Droplet, obviously like your cards in Graveyard as well. I really like that Droplet's coming back in format because it was my favorite, one of my favorite cards, and this card won me a lot of games. And Talents is broken. I probably would put Talents to 3 because of how broken it is. I want to see it more, but I just wanted to keep it to the 42, and even that I wanted maybe cut it to 40, but 42 was fine, so I just played the 2 Talents there instead. Cool, let me get all this out of the way. Now onto the spell traps. We're playing the 3 Nightmare Throne. Obviously, you have to play 3 of this card, and obviously we are playing the Terraforming. You want to find this card. This guy gets you to so many bodies. It gets you a search, gets you to like a Spirit or a Phantom if you need to play around hand traps and stuff. Very important card. You probably need to see it in your decks, so you have to play the Terraforming. 3 opening, this is with the Beckoning Beast. I think this is better to open than the Beckoning Beast. Obviously, that's why people are playing like the 1-in-1. I still prefer, I like the 2 Beckoning Beasts just because it by itself is still a 1-card combo, and you want to try to fit as much 1-card combos in this deck as possible. But this card is also just very insane. You need to play 3 of this for sure. And don't forget its second effect. When you have a level 10, you can add back and continue a spell. Comes up all the time. Obviously, we're playing the Fiendsmith Tract for the Fiendsmith stuff, Nightmare Pain for the Spirit, and obviously this is the OTK machine as well with the Spirits, really, really good. And then last card is a bomb for the Unchained line, because I like to put Soul Rage into graveyard instead of keeping it on the field just to dodge like Dark Rulers and stuff like that.
Nice.
Cool.
That was 42 cards, right?
42 cards is what it was. Cool. Now on to the extra deck. We'll start off with obviously the Fiendsmith card, the 1 Fiendsmith Requiem, the Moon of the Closed Heaven, and then the Fiendsmith Sank. Again, this is insane. You have to play it. It's so good in this deck because they are fiends, so that doubles up and going into Yama and stuff like that. Very, very good. I am not playing Desiree. That is a very important part. I am not playing. I'm playing the Lacrimosa still, but I'm not playing the Desiree. I chose not to just because I hate how much bodies you have to commit to it. So I decided, if they have Dark Ruler, they have Dark Ruler. A Droplet you should be beating anyways. So that's why I decided not to play Desiree. Instead of the Desiree, I decided, again, to put again, I'll get back to this card in just 1 second, but again, Desiree could be in here, but again, the extra deck is super tight, and I just hate how many bodies it gets into. We're playing SP because it's SP. It's the best card, best extra deck card in the game. You have to play the SP, unfortunately. The Unchained stuff, Yama, Soul Rage. I am playing Anguish as well. There's a lot of people not playing the Anguish anymore, and I understand that because of extra deck kind of tightness. People want to fit more of like, you know, the Necroquip Princess and obviously the Desiree, but Anguish helps you going second, and that's kind of the main problem with the deck. Obviously going first, you already can win going first. The problem is you want to try to win going second as well, and Anguish helps you try to break the field, and obviously the target we're playing is Axis Code, because we're never locked into Fiends, so this helps you get rid of like a Druid Swarm, or like if they keep like a Flambird on field, you make sure they don't trigger the effect in graveyard, because Axis Code is just broken as hell. And then last Link monster I am playing is obviously the Appaloosa. That's for combo. Helps you play around hand traps like Nib and stuff like that. It's, again, overall good card. Probably going to get banned in the next list, to be honest. I guess this is technically a part of the Fiendsmith stuff as well. The Ariel Eater. Very good card. Don't know why they printed this as a TCG exclusive. Basically replaces Beatrice for me in this deck because it jumps any fiend you need to, and also can special itself from the graveyard. It's a level 6, so it comes up for that DDD High King Caesar as well. Very good card. And then we're playing 2 Phantom. If I could play 3, I would play 3, but again, the extra deck is just too tight. But this card is the best. The whole reason why this deck is insane is because of this card. You have to play 2 of it, unfortunately. Again, I want to play 3, but the extra deck is just too tight. Vrados is the 14th card. Obviously, it's an Omni Negate. It's a rank 10. It's not that hard to get to. Obviously, you want to make this a part of your end board, especially since I'm not making Desiree. This was always an important part to get to because this was the Omni Negate for me to get to. And obviously, the last card is the DD. Again, might people be playing like a Necroquip Princess or even like a Muckraker or a Desiree, but I think the DDD comes up a lot because when you're playing through hand traps, so when I mean Mulchummied into like Imperm and Ash and stuff like that, DDD comes up all the time, especially with Droll as well. DDD just came up every time in testing. Yes, Desiree is good, but I think the DDD is just a lot more high impactful. If they have the Dark Ruler, they have the Dark Ruler. That's how it is, unfortunately. So that's it for the extra deck. Now on to the side deck. We're playing New Maxi, Mulchummy. Very good card. Again, I'm not main decking it because honestly, this is only good going second, but every time I knew I was going second, these were always coming in. Don't know why they printed this card. This card is dumb. Yeah, that's all I can say about this card. This card is dumb. Fuck this card. We're playing Bestials. 1 Magna, 1 Druis, 1 Baldrake is what I'm playing with. Obviously, the Baldrake works for my deck because I'm playing a lot of Light and Dark, so its effect is also live a lot of the time as well. Obviously, we're playing the Bestials for, you know, something like a Gimmick Puppet, FTK, or Branded, something that's trying to prevent us from playing the game. This is what this is there for. So Bestials, you have to play, unfortunately, in this format. We're playing 2 Cosmic and a Feather Duster. This is like the cards you can maybe change out, but I wouldn't because people are siding into like skill drains and floodgates and stuff like that. So you want to have the outs to them, and also like runic stuns in this format, and also labyrinth is still in the format. So you still want to have some backup plan to that. So that's why I'm playing this. I'm only playing the 2 cosmics though, just because I couldn't fit the room for the third. We're playing the 3 skill drain. It's skill drain. Don't know why this card is at 3, to be honest with you. Yeah, this card should not be at 3. It's a dumb card. And then last 3 cards, since I'm not playing Desiree, is Solemn Judgment. This is my game 3. If they have Dark Ruler, I'm just going to Judgment you to make sure I can still play with my card. So that was basically my thought process. I would just put Judgments in the side, take out the Desiree, just because the extra deck was just a little too tight. So that is it for the entire main deck.
Yo, I appreciate the explanations, and congrats again on being the YCS World Champion.
Thank you, sir.
Until next time, everyone. Borderline.